Well, you've made it. And I just want to say congratulations for finishing the Proven Book Sourcing course. I'm so excited for the implications that this course is going to have on your business, but more importantly on your life. And I really hope that in this course you've gotten the tips and tricks and motivation and encouragement necessary to find that financial and lifestyle freedom that I know is just going to make you thrilled. I love this quote by Jonathan Swift. He said, "Vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others." And so hopefully I've done a good job of casting this vision of this business, this bust-proof business that you can invest in and build that'll one day give you that financial and lifestyle freedom that you want. And a lot of people don't see that vision. When I discuss the principles that I've been working with you on and discussing with you in this course to others, it's like I'm speaking in a different language. And so I'm really excited that you've gotten this far. I'm really excited that you worked your way through the entire course, and then we find ourselves here together in this conclusion video just to wrap things up. So I'm going to go through, just give a quick summary of everything that you've learned in this course, and then I'm just going to end with a quick admonition and just encourage you to move forward as you look to start laying the foundation of your own book selling business on Amazon. So we started off with the first series of videos on choosing the best scanning technology. So I just brought you through the pros and cons of all the book scanning technology that's available out there, the apps, the downloadable programs, etc., and then kind of give you my take on which ones I prefer. But like Winston Churchill says, give us the tools and we will finish the job. And so we live in an amazing age, a technological age, where we have the ability to have real life, real time information at our fingertips that gives us just this extremely valuable information to make purchasing decisions. I mean, it was only about 5 years ago that this wasn't even an option. And I know we take it for granted. We take smartphones, we take apps, we take maybe barcode scanning technology for granted, but it's really very, very, very much new. And it's such a new opportunity that you and I both get to take advantage of, which is really cool. Next, we talked about book selling season. It's just so important to know the landscape, the year of book selling, so you can prepare yourself. When are books going to sell really well? When's the best time to buy books? And I cover all that and more in the video on book selling seasons. Next is the introduction to book sourcing. So this is kind of like a bird's eye view of the art of book sourcing. We not only do I talk about book selling as an art form, I touch on some various things. I touch on the different programs and apps and equipment you might be interested in. I also just take a little bit of time to define what a good and a bad book are according to the Amazon marketplace. And then we even talk a little bit about collectible books, which is a gated category that you need to gain approval in to be able to sell. Next, we looked at establishing a good book buying criteria. Tony Robbins says, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. So goals are so important. And so having focused criteria to help aid you in making purchasing decisions is so important. So I share with you my buying criteria. Again, we're looking at what's your max buy cost for a book? How much do you want to spend on a book? How about a minimum sale price? So once you purchase that book, how much do you want to sell it for? And then finally, what about sales ranks? We talk about sales rank in there as well. Is there a sales rank you'd like to stay under? Is there a certain sales rank you wouldn't like to go over? And so again, in that video, we discuss that and more. I share with you my criteria and then just kind of give you the logic behind it to hopefully help you set up your own. Next, we evaluated books. This is like kind of the meat of the course. We go through over 50 books in rapid succession, and I just evaluate them on the fly. I'm analyzing the sales rank. I'm analyzing the minimum sale price. We're looking at merchant fulfilled and FBA offers, and I'm just kind of walking you the logic behind how I approach books and determine whether or not they're of good resale value or not. I like this quote by Albert Einstein. He said, "The only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library." And I would say, if I could change that quote a little bit, I would say the thrift store, because actually the thrift store is where we find the bulk majority of our books. We do a lot of shopping at library sales and that sort of thing, but it's the thrift store that has yielded us the most amount of profitable books. And so I just walk you through the process. I explained to you why I like the thrift store, why it's our top sourcing location, and then I just give you tips and tricks. So if you want to go sourcing at the thrift stores in your area, you'll have some strategies to do that effectively. The next video series is on the risk of creating competition. We should never let fear decide our future. It seems like so many people are afraid to grow and scale their business because they're afraid they're going to create competition for themselves. And so I take a two-part video series just to talk about this issue and to analyze it. I think it's an irrational fear. I think it's a legitimate fear. I think it's one that we should consider, but I don't think it's one that should hold us back from growing the business we want to grow. Next, I talk about knowing your numbers. Bill Gates says, know your numbers is a fundamental precept of business. It's so important to know your numbers. And so in knowing your numbers, I share with you some of my numbers, but I also help you set the stage to prepare yourself and to make good goals for you and your business moving forward. Again, we talk about, like, if you wanted to make an X amount of dollars in income per month, what is that going to look like for your average size inventory? I mean, very important questions being answered in that video. And then the last video of this course, before the bonus video, are the two videos on positioning your employees or independent contractors for success. Helen Keller said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. And when I talk about positioning them for success, I'm talking about monetary positioning, appreciation, providing them the tools that they need, but then also just giving them the opportunity to succeed. Because ultimately, depending on how you compensate your workers, if you do it like on a per book commission or per book finder's fee, when they win, when they make a lot of money, you make a lot of money. And so your goal should be to help them make a lot of money. And if you do that, you're going to keep them happy. They're going to be very happy that you're there helping them. And then the residual effect of that is your business is benefiting as well. And then finally, as a bonus video, we put choosing the best listing program. I know this is a book sourcing course, but we felt like it would be important for you also to be able to benefit from knowing what to do with your books after you receive them. And so there's lots of sourcing technology out there to choose from, there's lots of book listing technology for you to choose from. And so I just go through a handful of the best book listing and product listing programs on the internet. I give you pros and cons, and then I let you know which one we use for our business. But that's it. Congratulations. I wish you and your business a ton of success. I mean, literally every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. And not only have you made that decision, but you've been through this entire course. You've done more than 99.9% of people that have purchased this course, I'm sure. I mean, I know that right now I'm speaking to just a selected few individuals, and I'm proud of you, and I'm really excited to see what this does for your business. So forge on. Get this book selling business up and running, and then be sure to get in contact with me to let me know if there's anything else I can do to help you along the way. Thank you so much for investing your time and energy and money into this course, and I look forward to hearing your success stories down the road.